What's up, my guys? And welcome back to the Retro Report Card. I'm your host, Cody, and as y'all know by now, how this series works is after every video, I have the viewers, you beautiful people, comment your birthdays down in the section below, and what I do is I scroll through, and hopefully I'll land on you. Last time, I had my guy Jeff, who was born on March 19th, 2001. He's the birthday I landed on, and after his birthday happens to be the best WrestleMania of all time. Yeah, I'm talking WrestleMania 17. You got The Rock taking on Stone Cold. You got Triple H taking on the Undertaker. You got the epic TLC match with the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Buckle up your seatbelts. And let's get to grading. 21 years before the epic clashes between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Black Bull Combat Club, the leaders of these two factions took center stage in the opening match of WrestleMania 17 as Chris Jericho defended his Intercontinental Championship against William Regal. Now, this was one of the more entertaining beasts of the year, and it even went as far as Jericho pissing in Regal's cup of tea. And I don't know if y'all know this, but you never mess with a British man's tea. I tell you what. Now, Regal, who's obviously pissed off, no pun intended, he came into this match ready to rip Jericho's head off. But don't let all the theatrics fool you. This match was physical as hell, my guy. At one point, both men met atop the ropes, and Regal hit a gnarly double underhook suplex and quickly followed that up with the Regal stretch, but luckily Jericho was able to reach the bottom rope. Y2J gathered himself and started to beat on Regal's chest like it owed him money. Then boom, Jericho hits the ropes, hits the lion salt, and got the 1-2-3 to retain that there Intercontinental title. Again, what a physical match. I'm giving that a B+. And anyone who doubts William Regal's in-ring skills, go ahead, take your hand, lift that sumbitch high over your head, and slap yourself with it, cause you sound dumb. Moving on though, we got Taz teaming up with the AOP, damn, as they're taking on the Right to Censor. Before we could even get this match started, we get an all-out brawl, including a DDT by the badass Jacqueline, who accompanied AOP and Taz to the ring. We finally do get the match started, and there ain't no other way to put this, as this was just 6 big sweaty men slapping man meat. Fast forward in the match, Bradshaw is now suplexing Val Venus off the top rope, and after the Goodfather missed on the whole train, Bradshaw then hits the ropes and hits the clothesline from hell to get the 1-2-3 over them bastards, the Right to Censor. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. I'm gonna give that a C+. That wasn't the longest match ever, nor did it need to be, but in that short amount of time, we got some really good action in between these 6 and Jacqueline, of course. Now, speaking of big sweaty men who like to slap man meat, moving on, we got the Hardcore Championship on the line, as you got Raven defending against not only Kane, but the Big Show as well. And listen to how this match starts. As Big Show is making his way down the ramp, Kane just picks Raven up and launches him at the Big Show. But that sumbitch caught him. Next thing you know, Kane is flying off the turnbuckle down onto the Big Show and Raven. One thing to note, that is in the hardcore title matches, there's no rules and falls count anywhere. They make it through the crowd and into the backstage area, and I mean, these guys were smacking each other with anything they could get their hands on. Kane threw Raven through a window, then Big Show grabs Kane and threw his big ass through a door, and then both of them went crashing through a wall. We then get golf carts involved, which is never a bad idea in wrestling, and Kane, I swear, almost ran Raven over for real. Anyways, these 3 then start fighting all the way back to the stage, but 2 of them wasn't on the stage for long. As Big Show hoisted Raven over his head to throw him off the stage, Kane comes through, boots them both off the stage, sending them crashing into a box-like structure. By God, it's Kane. He then jumps off the stage, landing a leg drop on the Big Show. Again, false count anywhere. So the ref counts 3, and we have a new hardcore champion. By God, it's Kane. I'm giving that a B+. Like, what can I say? I was entertained throughout the whole thing as these 3 just beat the hell out of each other. Speaking of beating the hell out of each other, next up we got the European title on the line, as you got Tess defending against Eddie Viva la Raza Guerrero. And check this, not even a minute into this match and Tess' big ass already picked up Guerrero and slammed him with a vicious powerbomb. Test then started getting in some action until Perry Saturn got involved by trapping Test's leg in the ropes, and it was really stuck as Eddie Guerrero actually had to help the ref out to get that sumbitch free. Guerrero then turned all of his focus on the now injured leg of Test. However, he didn't do enough because Test then went on a great flurry of offense. He hit a tilt-a-whirl slam followed by a tilt-a-whirl, which he transformed into a powerbomb mid-air. Just as it looked like he was getting the upper hand, Guerrero hit Test in the testicles. The ref didn't see it. Guerrero then starts arguing with the ref, which served as a perfect distraction because once again, Perry Saturn got involved and attacked Test. Guerrero was quick to act on this as he hit Test with a brainbuster, but as he went for the frog splash, Test moved and he followed that up with a pump handle suplex. Then another member of the Radicals, Dean Malenko, ran out and tried to get involved until he got his ass knocked out. However, it was enough of a distraction as Saturn tossed Eddie the belt, and while the ref's back was turned, he laid Test out with it, went for the cover, the ref turns around, he gets the 1, 2, 3, and Eddie Guerrero is the new European champion. Now, with this being regarded as one of the best WrestleManias of all time, I feel like this is the most slept on match on the card. I'm giving it a B. Now, we all know how great Eddie Guerrero is in the ring. I do think that we all sleep on Test's in-ring skills because my dude was nice with it. Speaking of nice with it, next up we have two of the most skilled in-ring workers of all time as Kurt Angle takes on Chris Benoit, and everyone knew what to expect with this one. This match didn't need all the extra theatrics, gimmicks, or any of that, as this was just a good old wrestling match. Like, we didn't even have a punch thrown until about 5 minutes in. Now, coming in, both guys only wanted to win this match by submission. I am from Oklahoma, so I'm not really sure I know how to count, but I counted 8 suplexes in this match. Both guys then attempted to hit the other's finishing submission on each other, but during all this, the ref got inadvertently knocked out. Then Benoit applied the crossface and actually made Angle tap, but there's no ref. Now, business is picking up, my guy. First, it's Angle with the Angle slam. Benoit kicks out. Angle goes for his moonsault. Benoit gets the knees up. Then it's Benoit with the flying headbutt. This time, it's Angle who kicks out. With the ref's view block, Angle then hit the same low blow Eddie hit in the previous match, and he out-wrestled Benoit on the mat, hit him with a surprise roll-up, and got the 1, 2, 3. Great match. I'm giving that a B+. Like, it had the fans on their feet the entire time. However, I do think the finish could have been a little bit better, but that's just my dumbass opinion. Next up, we got the Women's Championship on the line, as you have Right to Censor's Ivory defending her championship against the 9th wonder of the world, China. So yes, that means unfortunately we had to hear that god-awful Right to Censor intro, which was just every alarm noise jammed into one. If you didn't know, China was a bona fide star in her day, and for good reason, as she is the 9th wonder of the world, damn it. Ivory did start the match smart as she blindsided China, but as she was landing kicks in the corner, China grabbed her leg and just ragdolled that poor girl. After she powerbombed Ivory through the mat, she went for the cover, but lifted Ivory up right before the 3 count. She then picked Ivory up, lifted her over her head, and just dropped her ass. Then she made the cover, this time for the full 3 count, to get the 1, 2, 3, and China finally got her hands on that women's title. I'm gonna slap a C on that. I mean, it was short, sweet, and definitely did what it needed to do with China winning. Now, we move on into the McMahon street fight. You got dad versus son, and the guest referee is none other than Mick by God Foley. Now, don't expect any destroyers or moonsaults to be hit in this one. However, we did open the match by Shane getting slapped not only by his dad, but his sister as well. I mean, the poor guy's having some family problems, ain't he? Now, as this was a street fight, they were using any and everything as a weapon, such as a kendo stick, trash cans, even a TV monitor. As Shane at one point had Vinnie Mac laid out on the announce table, he went to climb the ropes to hit the elbow drop, but there was nobody home, sending him crashing through that son bitch. With both guys down, out comes Trish Stratus, wheeling out Linda McMahon. I cannot make this up. Trish came out, she slapped Vince McMahon, Steph then slapped Trish, a lot of slapping going on, which was a mistake though, as Trish just whooped her ass all the way up the damn ramp. Vince then started to berate Linda before Foley got involved. As he was making the save and wheeling Linda right up the ramp, Vince McMahon snuck behind him and smacked him twice with a steel chair. He then picked Linda up out of her wheelchair, tossed her in the ring, and set her down in a chair in the ring to make sure she watches him whoop her son Shane's ass. Yeah, this is the Attitude Era, my guy. As Vince was going to hit Shane with the third trash can, Linda McMahon rose out of her chair and kicked her husband square in the nuts. Mick Foley then came to, and he gave Vince the word. Shane was finally able to get up, put Vince in the corner. He picked up a trash can, wedged that sumbitch in the ropes, and then he hit the coast to coast to get the 1, 2, 3 on his pops. I tell you what, the Attitude Era was nuts. I'm giving this a B-. Don't hate me, but I was entertained throughout the whole thing. I mean, this did go a little bit long, but the Trish and Stephanie segment definitely helped distract us while the two were just laying out. Next up, we have what's regarded as maybe the best wrestling match of all time, as you have the Triple Threat tables, ladders, and chairs match between the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. I mean, you had guys flying off of ladders, crashing through tables. I mean, it was crazy. If I sit here and told you everything that went down, we'd be here all day. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Jeff Hardy was dangling from the championship belts above the ring before Edge climbed a ladder and speared that sumbitch 20 feet above the ring. Now, Edge and Christian's counterpart Rhino then got involved as he sent Matt Hardy and Bubba Ray crashing from a 20-foot ladder through double-decker tables that were stacked outside of the ring. Boy, I tell you what, with the help of Rhino, Edge and Christian were able to climb up and retrieve the titles to become the brand new tag team champions. Like the teacher in A Christmas Story once said, A++++. I tell you what, if you have not seen this match, seriously, you need to go watch it. It's regarded as one of the best matches ever in wrestling. Now, you don't have to go watch what follows it, because next up, you got the Gimmick Battle Royale. One cool thing we did get about this match is that we had Mean Gene and the GOAT, Bobby the Brain Heenan, joining us on commentary. Now, this match did feature the likes of the Iron Sheik, Sergeant Slaughter, Jim Cornette, the Repo Man, and the Gobble Gooker. If you don't know who that is, go on and Google him. Rightfully so, this one didn't go too long, and right when Hillbilly Jim got rid of Sergeant Slaughter, Iron Sheik snuck up behind him and eliminated old Jim, and my guy Sheik gets the win, baby. As funny as it was at times, that's only going to get a D+. I think we all had low expectations coming into this, but this match was for the old school fans, as it had legends sprinkled throughout the whole Rumble. Next up, y'all get ready, because you got Triple H taking on the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Yo, the entrances alone get an A+, and I tell you what, these are two men that just want to throw hands. After a physical start between the two, Triple H goes for the pedigree, Taker counters, sending Triple H accidentally into the ref. Taker then hits the choke slam, but the ref was a little too late to make the count, allowing Triple H to kick out. This pissed Taker off so much that he laid the ref out again. This time, I think it was on purpose, turning this sumbitch into a street fight. After these two brawled all over the arena, they end up on this structure, and Taker chokeslammed Triple H off of that onto the floor. He followed that up by diving off that structure and hitting Triple H with an elbow drop. Now, we finally get back to the ring after all that, and the ref is still laid out, which actually came back to bite Taker in the ass as he hit the tombstone, but there was no one to make the count. So Taker goes to hit the last ride. However, he didn't notice that Triple H picked up the sledgehammer. As soon as he lifted him up, Triple H smacked him with it. As they fall, the ref finally comes to. Triple H makes the cover, but somehow the Phenom kicked out. He then gets up, grabs Triple H again, This time he delivered on the last ride and got the 1-2-3. He kept not only the streak alive, but he has never lost to Triple H at this point in the WWE. He kept that alive as well. Another great match on a great card. I'm giving that an A-. Like, what can I say, brother? But that's enough talk, because it's time for the main event. And in one of the biggest main events in WrestleMania history, you got The Rock. He's taking on, by God, Stone Cold. And just like the first time they met in the main event, we aren't waiting for the bell to open a can of whoop ass. This is a no disqualifications match, which Stone Cold took advantage of the lack of rules first as he decked The Rock over the head with the ring bell. As Austin was busy stomping a mud hole in The Rock's ass, he turns around and gets mad at the ref and shoves him. But he didn't see The Rock behind him, who decided to return the favor and deck Stone Cold with that same ring bell. Now, before Rocky could beat him down too bad, Stone Cold grabbed him and catapulted The Rock headfirst into the ring post and then assaulted him with a TV monitor, leaving both guys bloody at this point. Rock gets up, hits the sharpshooter, even though it got broken up when Stone Cold grabbed the ropes in a DQ match. Damn it, WWE. Get ready though, cause boom, The Rock hits Stone Cold with a stunner. Austin kicks out. Then, out of nowhere, here comes Vince McMahon walking down the ramp. Back to the ring, Stone Cold and The Rock trade spine busters. Rocky then hits the people's elbow on Stone Cold. He gets the 1, he gets the 2, but out of nowhere, Vince McMahon drags The Rock off of Stone Cold before the ref counts 3. Rocky then chased Vince McMahon all around the ring, but he didn't see Stone Cold over there, who hit him with the rock bottom. He hit him with the rock bottom. Stone Cold then accidentally took out the ref for like the 13th time in this pay-per-view. Then he hit Rocky below the belt. Stone Cold then grabbed The Rock, held his arms, while Vince McMahon hit The Rock over the head with a steel chair. But since the ref took a while to get over there, somehow The Rock kicked out at 2. After The Rock then delivered the rock bottom to Stone Cold, he, instead of covering, turned his attention to Vince McMahon, but when he turned around, he got hit with a stunner and another chair shot, courtesy of the Texas Rattlesnake. But again, The Rock kicked out both times. After about 87 more chair shots though, The Rock couldn't kick out a third time as Stone Cold gets the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's getting an A- for sure. I don't know two guys that have main evented 2 WrestleManias and have put on this much of a show both times. And then we saw what we thought we would never see as Stone Cold aligned himself with Vince McMahon. Like, what the hell? Whew, I told y'all though, I done told you, this is one of the best WrestleManias of all time. With that being said, we come to an end of another report card. Now that we got all the grades in, but let's take a look at that report card. After tallying everything up, on a WrestleMania with 11 matches, we came out with a final letter grade of a B. That's right, an 86%. I mean, having that many matches and still getting that high of a grade is insane, my guy. But hey, that wraps up another episode. I'm your host, Cody. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, I hope everybody stays safe and have a nice day.